Yay, another rational equation. Okay, I've already done 2 videos. You can go back and watch those first, I would suggest, because I'm not going to explain as much so thoroughly here. When you are solving a rational equation, you want to try to get rid of your denominators first, or at least that's what I like to do. That way you don't have to deal with any kind of fractions. So in order to do that, I want to find my common denominator. And in order to find your common denominator, you want to factor just the denominators, wherever you can factor. A minus 1 can't be factored, a plus 1 can't be factored, but a squared minus 1 is a difference of squares. Square root of a squared is a, square root of 1 is 1. So make sure you have opposite signs. That would factor to a plus 1, a minus 1, or you can do a minus 1, a plus 1. So the only different factors that I have in my denominators are a minus 1 and a plus 1. So I added a note up top saying that a is not allowed to be 1 or negative 1. It is very important that you make this note because you don't want to have any extraneous solutions, which is basically a solution that doesn't work. So just keep in mind that at the end, you can't have 1 or negative 1 as one of your answers. So once you have your common denominator, what you're going to do is multiply all 3 terms by that common denominator. And that common denominator is just a minus 1, a plus 1, or a plus 1, a minus 1. Again, order doesn't matter because those are my only factors in those denominators. So what we do is we multiply everything by the common denominator. So I know this looks like a lot of writing, but I highly recommend that you write it out so that you can see exactly what cancels. I've seen students try to skip this step because they don't want to have to do all that writing, but it's very easy to make a mistake if you don't write it out. So all I've done is I've written the least common denominator next to each term. Nothing special here. I just put it in, multiplied next to all 3 terms. And doing this, my denominators are going to cancel because there's a matching factor in each numerator. So I've gone ahead and I've crossed out everything that would cancel in each term. So the first term, I'd be left with an a plus 1 and a 1. The second term, I would be left with an a minus 1 and a 4. And the term after the equal sign, all I have left is 7. Everything else is gone. So this just becomes algebra 1, where you are solving for a in this case. So I'm going to start by distributing. I don't want any parentheses when I'm trying to solve for a variable. So distributing, you end up with a plus 1 plus 4a minus 4, and that's equal to 7. Now you can combine like terms on the left-hand side. So combining a and 4a gives us 5a, 1 and negative 4 is negative 3. And now you're just solving for a. Again, hopefully this part you can do on your own. So you end up with a is equal to 2 at the end of all that. And if you recall, we said earlier that a is not allowed to be 1 or negative 1. So we're in the clear. 2 is our final answer.